Hello, welcome back. Wait, why am I doing that? I have a video that does that for me already. Hello, welcome back to school. So video on this. So this is gonna be like what I did yesterday, which wasn't a whole lot. And I know I uploaded a video with stuff I did on the 12th, but I don't think I pointed this out, and I want to point this out. Hold on, let me go flip it over. So there is an exercise that says writing out the English alphabet and then the Latin alphabet. So here's the Latin alphabet, right? Everyone can agree to that. This is what I wrote over the English alphabet. These are ruins. Somebody didn't like those too much, and they called them chicken scratch and stuff from weird languages or weird countries or whatever. Like, no, that's the English alphabet. There's a bunch of people that want to bring back that character right there. That's thorn, which produces our th sound, as in thin, and thimble. There's also another character for the th sound, which is the voice. The other thorn is unvoiced. I don't see it in here, but it looks, let's see if I can grab a pencil. It's still used in Iceland, but it's not in English. It kind of looks something like that, and that equals the voiced quote-unquote TH. As in that word. It's really weird. We need to bring back some of these symbols because they are very well needed in English. Okay, so that is kind of that, which is kind of fun. I started using the thorn in one of my other things, and teacher's like, you're not writing that. You're gonna erase it and redo it. I still haven't done it. He wanted me to rewrite the alphabet too, and I haven't done that either. I'm gonna keep it because I think it's cool. Okay, so this is what I did yesterday on the 15th, which is pretty much grammar well, if you can call them grammar questions. They kind of look like grammar questions, but they're not grammar questions. Translation work, which is pretty simple. And then, oh, I still have a bunch of these I have to do. And I still have to write out whatever this is. I have to copy, I think that's vocabulary, but I don't know. I started working on this yesterday too. And then I started doing this. It says storybook. We're gonna say the storybook is gonna be St. John from the Bible. So initially he said Genesis, like, no. So it says we're studying John, so we're doing John. So I found a couple of those already. I'm trying to keep them in line with the chapters in the Bible. I'm hoping to find something about the resurrection of Jesus. That's what that one's gonna be. But there might be either that one or the one where it says that these things are written that ye may believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. Believe is an invisible verb, which is what all this stuff is talking about, which is a new concept for me because I did not know that. So, on top of all of that, there's a whole bunch of stuff up here. So there's a copybook, which is like a page of cursive writing, which is kind of fun. And it's seriously, it's kind of fun. It's kind of like adult coloring. But it's Latin based. No. And then there's vocab drills, which is, let me just show you this stuff. Let me just show you because I gotta kind of get you guys up to speed anyways. I've been busy the past couple days making copies and things like that so that I don't have to be rummaging around everything. I don't know it. Oh, that's my book. So these are the vocabulary drills, which basically you have to do them 3 times a week. And considering we started this on Monday, I have to do them today, tomorrow. Like, I have to do all 5 chapters for over the next 3 days. So I have a bunch of these for the various chapters. So that's vocab drills. Isn't that cute? That is so cute. Copybook, which is literally just cursive writing. This cursive is different than the cursive I grew up with. Let me show you like the front, because they had, like, seriously, they had you write out the alphabet in cursive. Okay, so that's a blank page. So here, that's my cursive handwriting. Well, kind of, in something like this. So the Q, there's also the one that looks like a 2 for the Q, and I don't know if I wrote that in there. My Z's are totally messed up. And my Y, look at this Y. Literally, like, my 4th grade, my 3rd, whatever grade that was that we were doing cursive, she would have me, like, write this out 5 million times in the exact, like, because that loop is supposed to be way down there. She would have me write that out, like, 5 million times if she saw that. But she's probably, I don't know if she's alive or not, but yeah. But yeah, this stuff we actually did on the board. And then he just had me, like, copy it out in the book. It's like, well, I like to write in the book. Some books I like to write in, some books I really don't care for. But, like, stuff like this, I think it's good to keep it all in a single place. That Y doesn't look too bad, except that's a little too low. It should be more at the line. And then, of course, my Z. Yeah. And then everything, let's see here. There's another thing. Oh, this is the, I was going to say the grown up and the little alphabet. I'm in a really funky mood right now. It's the grown up and the little alphabet together. Let's see how that Y looks. That Y, the adult Y is a little bit better. It's a little bit better. And then my Z's. I don't know how to make, like, a real capital Z in cursive. Like, I totally don't know. But I know it's not that. I mean, some of these characters are just literally like sticks. Like the ruins. They're just like sticks. I think T is like that. Let's see. Yeah, T is just a stick. Which isn't very fun. But I guess it's supposed to be a little bit easier. But yeah, it kind of, you know, it's still cursive. And then that's like your lesson copy work. Like, there's like 1 page for copy work for lessons, so that's not too bad. And then that's lesson 2. So I have to do 3, 4. Wait, do I have to do 3? Yes, I don't have to do 3 because 3 is already done. So I have to do 4 and 5. I don't know if I dated any of these. I try to date my pages, and I don't know where those dates are. Looks like there's a date up there. When I do my big, I'm going to do like a big holiday Latin update for you guys. I keep telling you I'm going to get this update, and I don't get it done. But hopefully next week I'll get it done. Because I think I'm getting caught up on Magister's items, and yeah. Let me see here. Okay, so that's the copybook. This, and I already showed you the verb or the vocabulary drills. Okay, so this is the intro to Lingua Angelica, which is L.A. It's not Los Angeles. So this is the tþrough, and basically just like translate it. Some of the words in here are kind of not wonky, but they have you like translate this word instead of the prayer word. And I think what I'm going to do is just translate the prayer word, because the whole point of me doing this is to memorize the prayer. If it's like grammar forms of like, is it tþrough or tþrough? I don't know. I'm not going to be totally concerned about that. But I got a bunch of these to fill out for the tþrough. And I did, let's see what else. Okay, so there's recitation. I didn't do that yet, which is basically somewhere in here I have a file of all the recitation stuff. Those are derivatives, which I don't care for derivatives. I don't know where the recitation thing is. Uh-oh. Here. So all the recitations, just going through all of this stuff and making sure that I know it. I do need to write in this page when to review the big prayers, because this is cumulative, another Latin word. So this is cumulative, so like at week 6 or what, like here or here, I don't know. Somewhere around here, I would add like reciting the tþrough, so that whenever we get to this week, let's say it's my week 10, which is when we actually cover the material. But week 11 is actually when you recite it. So my week 10, I would recite everything up here, including the tþrough, and then whatever for the new prayer thing or this thing you have to learn. So that's that. Let me see. What else? Recitation. My brain just totally turned off. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, then the prayer, which is pretty much, well, I've sung the tþrough a lot, but the funny thing is I can't recite it. Like, I can't just say the words. Here. So this is a tþrough. We've gone through and we've done the whole thing. So it's just getting it, in my tongue, spoken and not sung. In fact, he had me write it up on the board in class because I couldn't recite it. Like, I kept missing Sabaoth, and I kept missing the middle Hosanna. And I wasn't sure where, like, if I said Benedictus, I would start saying Benedict Domine. Like, I would go into, like, some other random thing. So, yeah, he says leave that up there, recite it 5 million times, and then you'll be okay on when we do this again. So, yeah, that's that. Also, they have this weird thing where before meals, you have to say oremus, which is let us pray. And then you say whatever prayer. I actually just came up one off the top of my head, which is, I thank you, Lord. I mean, that's all it is. That's my little prayer. On top of that, which this is stuff that I'm really bad at. I mean, I haven't met with teacher often, but I have to greet him as Magister. So, as I mentioned before, I'm working with a friend in who's in that I met last year, and we started working through Latin using the first form, which is more advanced than what I'm working on now. But teacher and I, past couple months, we've been doing what do they call it? Latin review, like with the sentence patterns and diagramming and just kind of stuff like that. And he kind of, like, once he started to get a handle of what it is I was doing, he's like, how would you like it if we, the two of us, went back and worked on some of that earlier courses that you didn't do, to get a better handle of some of the stuff that you're missing, like the grammar stuff, which is pretty much what it is. I'm like, well, I guess we can do that. So that's what we're doing. So, since I meet with teacher more often, he's going to be Magister Primus. And Magister that I meet with once a week for quote-unquote advanced Latin, he's going to be Magister Secundus. So, first is the worst, second is the best, third is the turn. No. Oh no, a little thing kind of pops in my head whenever I think of that. So that's kind of where things are at. Now, I have a boatload of copy work and verb things, and words and copy work stuff to do, and yeah, so I'm going to work on that, and I guess when I get done with that, I'll just come back and I'll show you what I did. But yeah, so I don't know how far I'm gonna get. I think I'm gonna finish this thing, because I don't like to leave assignments half done. It's bad enough I was kind of jumping around in this thing, but yeah. Oh, the other thing, which isn't in, did I do that? I did do that, but I didn't mention what I did. This is something I did yesterday. Where did it go? Here. Nope. Where's my finger? Here. The prayer. So this is basically just reciting the prayer. And I did that yesterday before choir, which is nice. I mean, it gave me time to just sit quietly and recite it 50 plus times and really get it down and to think about what the words mean. Yeah, so that's what I did. So that one I can actually mark off because I did it, although he did say to do it daily. So I still need to do that daily. But yeah, so I'm going to finish this and work through some of this other stuff and try to get as much done as I can now so that I don't have much to do later, because I still have some stuff for Magisters to work through. Oh, speaking of Magister Secundus, we did not meet for Latin because he was really, really sick. and this is kind of funny. They do intentions for choir, and I mentioned that my Latin tutor was sick, and stuff was coming up that shouldn't be coming up from his stomach, or no, maybe, I don't know how to say this. Okay, I gotta think how I said this. I think I said, stuff is coming up from his stomach that probably shouldn't be there in the first place. and my choir director says, "Oh, I wonder how you say how to say throw up in Latin." And so, like, I don't know. So then, we had asked one of the priests. He didn't know, and so curiosity, it's like, I want to know what this is. So I looked it up, and I learned all about the Vometorium, which is not what people think it is. It's just a passageway for people to come in and out of stadiums, so that there's a easy flow of foot traffic, which is pretty smart. But yeah, so that was kind of exciting. I learned a new word, or a new, I shouldn't say learned it, because I haven't really learned it. It's just like acquainted with it. I think its verb form is vomere, if I'm not mistaken, which I don't know if it's the second or third conjugational verb, but it's somewhere in there. So yeah, if I want to say I'm throwing up, I could say vomo. Yeah. Okay. So with that, I'm gonna do my Latin. That doesn't deal with any of the vomere stuff. It won't turn off. How do I get it to turn off? Okay, let me get this out of the way. I have to recite the words 5 times. So I think I'm just going to do 4 and 5 together. Because I think if I just get the written stuff done in the book, everything else will be a little bit easier, if that makes sense. So, oops. Recitation tool. They come in handy. So there's like 5 beads on this first one. Where is it? Here by the cross. Bam. Right there. 5 beads. You don't have to worry about it. When you get to the big one, you don't have to worry about it, because you've already done 5 beads. Everything else is like 10. And then there's a bead in the middle. I think there's 4 or 5 groups of 10 on here. I don't know. I always get them mixed up. I obviously am not using this to the traditional method, but it helps with memory work. Okay. So, these verbs are, I gotta do the English and then the Latin. No, I gotta do the Latin, then the English. So I'm gonna put you guys there. Oh, guess what? It snowed out last night. Watch this. I gotta flip you over. Oh, I gotta get over the lamp. Hold on. It snowed. Isn't that so pretty? It's a perfect day to stay inside and do Latin. Okay, so now that we've looked at the weather and we saw that it was indeed snowing, or it had snowed, now we're gonna do this Latin thing. Okay, so I think these are verbs. So, I gotta recite this 5 times. Amo, I love. 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 And then you're at the big one. Okay, And then the next one, adoro. Do they have I adore? Okay, they do have I adore. Adoro, 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 I adore. And then you're at the big one again. Habito. Habito, I live. I live in. Habito, I live in. Habito, I live in. Habito, I live in. Habito, I live in. And then you're at the big one. Judico is to I judge. Judico, 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 I judge. And then you're at the big one again. And then the next one is paro. Paro, I prepare. 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 And then you're at the big one. Okay. Now, I've done that one. Where's my pencil? Uh-oh. I lost my pencil. I lost my pencil. I lost my pencil. I don't see it over here. I'm gonna need that book later. That book we do together. Oh, that has my vocabulary cards in it. Yeah, it's gone. Can't use that one. That one's red. Here's one we can use. Although I did have one that is this the one I started to erase on? There was one of them I started to use. Was it that one? Oh, that one doesn't even have an eraser on it. That's not good. Alright, I'll just use this one. Okay, so we're going to mark off that we did recitation of, or we went through the words 5 times. And I don't know if you're supposed to do these daily. I think you're supposed to do them daily. Because technically, you got like a week to do a lesson, but we're doing multiple lessons in a week, so I gotta do them a lot. Okay, say each vocabulary word. We did that. Okay, practice the vowels and consonants. Oh, I should probably date whatever this date is. We're gonna put down today is January 16. No, you wrote your 6 wrong. Oh, darn it. I learned a really cool way to write my 6s, and I need to practice writing my 6s a cool way. I don't like writing them the old way. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of changing in my handwriting and stuff. Okay, so the consonants are... No. The vowels are A, E, O, U. And then there's like consonant. Oh, they probably want you to go through the diphthongs too. A, E is A. O, E is A. And then there's an A, U. A, U. A, U is ow. Ow. Yeah. Which is weird because I don't know why the other ones aren't AE. Like, the AE should be like AE. And then the other one, the OE, should be OE. Which I'm wondering if that's what it should be. But I don't know. I need to look into my Latin stuff. Like how to pronounce diphthongs. I think there's other ones, but they're not introduced in this book. Okay. And then there's a bunch of consonants with the vowels. So, if the letter C follows an E, I, or a diphthong, like an E, I, and then an A, E, and I think an O, E too, but I don't know. But that's gonna say ch. And then if it's like all the other ones, it says k. Yeah. And then the G, if it follows the same letters that the C if the G follows an I, if the G follows an E, an I, an A, E, an O, E, or, yeah, O, E, I think, it says J. Although we've had some discrepancy, because I pronounce it more soft, whereas a teacher says it should be J, as in, joy. Like a J. I don't know how to explain it. There's a big thing of air and then it just explodes. Whereas I like to do it more softly, almost like a J and a Z. J. I think the French might have that sound, but I'm not sure. But yeah. So that's kind of interesting. So that's the J or J, depending on how you want to say it. And then the hard J or G is after all the other vowels. And then there's one that said, oh, there's an S on there, and the S just makes a sound. Although, if you want to be really fine about that, that could be a little hairy too, in the sense of, there's a specific way. It's not like a S, but it's not a Z. It's kind of Z. Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's a S thing. I don't know what that's called. I remember learning about it one time when I was doing some research into the consonant vowel pronunciations, and it was kind of interesting. And then there's another one. There's another vowel. Oh, the J. The letter J, which really doesn't exist, because I think that came around like just as the Romans were dying from this Latin language they created. I don't know if they created it or what happened, but man, there's a lot to go into this thing. I feel sorry for every Latin child that had to learn all this stuff. The J is pronounced as a Y, like Y, Y, yeah. So there. I think that's all the vowel consonants and stuff. So I can mark that off. So I did that one. And then it says, say goodbye to your family members this week. I haven't seen any family members, so I really can't say goodbye to them. And I'm assuming they want you to say it in Latin because that was a phrase they had you learn, vale and valete. So, but if I see someone, I guess I can say vale or valete. Oh, something I did do yesterday when I was going into the choir, I said salve. And I felt really weird because I covered it with a quick hi or something. Salve, hi. Yeah. So I don't know if I said goodbye to people. Some of these are just really kind of wonky. Okay, practicing the Latin prayer, tþrough, oh, that's like just the lesson stuff. Alright, so let's see the Latin thing. They want you to do it 5 times. It's a sanctus. This is lesson 4, so it's not going to be complete. Okay, so it's going to test my memory to see if I can stop at where I need to stop. Alright, grab my reciting rope or whatever this thing is called. Okay, I feel, granted, yeah, it's a rosary, but it's not like, it doesn't have a crucifix and it's not made of beads. It's just rope. So I just call it my recitation rope. Okay, so the sanctus, I could chant it. You guys want me to? No, I'm not going to chant it. Teacher's not going to like it if I'm chanting the sanctus. Okay. Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus Sabaoth, pleni sunt caeli terra et gloria tua, Hosanna in excelsis. Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus Sabaoth, pleni sunt caeli et terra et gloria tua. Oh, shut up! Okay. See? That, it's just totally like, it totally ran off into some other thing. Sanctus, now, he didn't tell me what happens if I mess up. If I have to go back to the beginning or not. I don't know. We'll talk about that because we're still trying to figure this out. Okay, so back on the second bead or second knot. Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus Sabaoth, pleni sunt caeli et terra, gloria tua. Et gloria tua. Pleni sunt caeli et terra. Full. I gotta think on this. Pleni sunt caeli et terra, gloria tua. Full are the heavens and the earth of your glory. Yeah. Okay, so back at number 2. Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus Sabaoth, pleni sunt caeli et terra, gloria tua, Hosanna in excelsis. It sounds like there's a word missing. Is there a word missing? Let me see here. Domino. Okay, so I did that one. Terra, gloria tua. Yeah, that's all just 3 ahs right in a row. Okay. My lip is falling off. Okay, so back at bead number 2. I'm gonna find bead number 2. It's a very tactile tool for blind people. Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus Sabaoth, pleni sunt caeli et terra, gloria tua, Hosanna in excelsis. Yay! Okay, I got past number 2. Now, number 3. Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus Sabaoth, pleni sunt caeli et terra, gloria tua, Hosanna in excelsis. Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus Sabaoth, plenis in celi et terra gloria tua, Hosanna in excelsis. Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus Sabaoth, plenis in celi et terra gloria tua, Hosanna in excelsis. And then you're at the big beat. I'm going to do that again because I totally biffed it on beat 2. So, practice makes perfect. Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus Sabaoth. What is it? Repetitio Mater Studiorum or something like that. Yeah. Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus Sabaoth, plenis in celi et terra gloria tua, Hosanna in excelsis. Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus Sabaoth, plenis in celi et terra gloria tua, Hosanna in excelsis. Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus Sabaoth, plenis in celi et terra gloria tua, Hosanna in excelsis. Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus Sabaoth, plenis in celi et terra gloria tua, Hosanna in excelsis. And then you're at the... Oh, no, that's a recitation bead. Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus Sabaoth, plenis in celi et terra gloria tua, Hosanna in excelsis. Okay, finis. So, that is done. Did I do that? Yeah, I did that. Now I did it again. Okay, so now I have to do a bunch of copy work for the vocabulary words. I don't think you want to watch that, so I'm just going to fill out the copy work and then we'll come back and connect. Just like that, it's done. Look who came out. I think she wants something to eat. Won't you, kitty, kitty? Yeah. Big fluff ball. Kitty, kitty, big fluff ball. I should look up the word for cat. I think it's like Felix or Felix or something. I don't know. Felix. I don't know. Alright. So that's done. Yay! I'm gonna tend to the cat. And then... Oh, I still have to... finish these up. So, feed the cat, figure out more of these things, and then we'll do a final check-in before we move on to... Oh! I still have to do this stuff up here. I'll figure this out. I will eventually get this figured out. Okay, so I think everything on this page is done. Except, like, some of that stuff. Hey, guess what? I think I can get points for saying Vale to you guys. I think that's legit. I'm going to mark that down, because that's what I usually do. So I'm going to get points for that. Yeah, I think everything else is pretty much done. I have just... I'm not going to do a recitation today. I mean, to be honest, that's not a real big to-do. It's just doing like vowels and what is a verb and things like that. It's not anything detrimental. But I do need to do the... I can't speak. I need to do the copy work and the vocab drills, because the vocab drills are like super behind. This is lesson 4. I need to do those for lessons 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. I don't know if I'll do flashcards. I threw in the flashcards because, like, yeah, we have flashcards somewhere. I don't know where they are. Where did they go? Is that them? Yeah. I need to get a bigger flashcard bag because this bag isn't going to be enough to hold all my flashcards. This is for what I'm working on now. Everything else is from first form. I just need to get a bigger thing of bag for those. So I'll do the copy work and then we'll do the lingua angelica and the 4 verb drills. Why don't I just let this so you guys can watch me do that stuff. I also, thanks to the cat, found my other pencil. Now I have 2 pencils. Yeah. The John thing was very interesting. I learned the correct name of he whom Jesus loved. It's Lazarus. I need to double check that, but it just seems to fit based off what was written in the scriptures. Okay, so I still have to do chapter 5 in that, or lesson 5 or whatever. So we're gonna I'll do both copy work pages and get those done, and then I don't want to worry about that later. Oh, it's getting close to my bedtime. Okay, today is the 16th. I'm gonna put you guys. Do you guys want to see the sanctus on the board? No. I don't know what else is up there. I think it's notes. But yeah. Okay. So today's the 16th. My head is in the way. I'm sorry. There should be a clipboard around here somewhere. Here it is. Okay, sometimes it's just easier working with a clipboard. There we go. Just like that. Yeah. Okay. So today's January 20. No, today's January 16. I'm gonna rewrite that. Okay. Alright. So, it says nomen. It actually says nomen. Not name, nomen. I think that is so cool. I only wish that they would have continued the Latin for the rest of the course, for like the form series. They should have been able to write down, parse, translate, write, whatever. That would be so cool if they had used more Latin in their text as you would progress through the Latin series, whatever. They didn't. I totally cannot write on this paper. There. The name is on. Now I have to write down amo. Means I love. It's like I have to use bigger strokes because the paper is a little bit bigger than what I think it is. I still can't. I don't like these A's. I hate them with a passion. Means I adore. Like the little A's I can do. But the big A's I can't do. Do I need to put full stops at the end of these? I don't know. Yeah, I think I need to put full stops, but oh well. Even though we covered that in like lesson 2. Okay, so then you got this wonky H. Habito means I live in. Judico, basically it's just all the verbs and what they mean. Judico. I've not made a J in like a zillion years. In cursive. Judico means I judge Paro. Oh, that's a really bad P. Means I prepare. I almost said I purge. Oh my gosh. I think that's a different verb. Okay, and then your words, wherever these things are called. Vale, and a bunch of white space. Valete. Okay, that's done. I could check that off my box. Now for the really boring part. Yeah, I'll do lesson 5 later. I'll do lesson 5 when I do lesson 5. I need to find my binder. I have a binder with all my master copies and a binder with my stuff that I'm writing up, or that I can write on. This is not it. No, this is it. Okay. That we don't need. We do that together. That's the first thing we do when we do our thing here. Oh. I think I need to grab 5 of these pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull those out. And I might as well grab the sanctus pages too while I'm out here. There's like 50 million verb things in here. Okay, sanctus 1, 2, 3. Hold on. I have to be very specific when I grab these because I marked what I have to do for each lesson. So like when I memorize up to Gloria Tua, I don't have to do the rest of the pages for those sanctus. just have to do what I know. This looks like it might be the, oh, no, that's, no, that is the last one. I think that's the last one. Yeah, because the one without the words, that's for the review. So, yeah. Okay, so that is that. I'm going to put this over here. And sanctus I can kind of do whenever. I'm going to do those whenever. But these, because they're day specific, like I have to write the date that I fill this out. Okay, so I might as well write in. I should write lesson 1 somewhere. Well, I could write that over here. Day. January 16. 2026. I'll put down lesson 1. Now, date all of these, I might as well. This one isn't as dark. That one's not as dark either. This one's like super dark. Wonder why this one came out super dark and all the other ones are light. Kind of. I mean, they're still readable. January 16, 2026. Lesson 2. January 16. 2026. Lesson 3. January 16. 2026. Lesson 4. Yeah. This is January 16. 2026. And this lesson 5. I should like write these out in Roman numerals, but I'm not going to. Unless it is somehow imposed on me to write out Roman numerals. It's like I have to write out Roman letters. Can't use tþrough. but a used store. Alright. Oh, these are the fun ones. Well, I don't know if that's true. I'm below. Like, I think most of these words I already know. Which is good. Because then it's like one less, like, new stuff I have to learn. That's just all the grammar stuff. There's a lot of stuff with this book. Okay. Latin, English. So. What do I have to do? Write this out how many times? 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why is there 6 lines? Oh, there's a Latin saying. Oh my gosh. Let me read this. This is the best way to learn Latin words is to hear, see, say, and write them. Looking at your vocabulary list, listen to your instructor or CD pronunciation, pronounce each word. Repeat each word, then write the word. I had to listen to this recitation person when I'm doing this. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't think I'm going to do that. Record the day. That's a short sentence, but it's not quite as short as Jesus wept. Okay. Oh. Alright, I'm just gonna write out the Latin word and then the English translations, or what they mean in English. So, via Deus. Well, these are short ones. Toga. I don't think I need the recitation CD right now. Luna. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is go through and mark up all the vocabulary, all the Latin stuff. And then I'll go back and I'll translate them. I don't know why my tummy feels upset. I hope Magister didn't give me what he had. I really don't want what he had or has. Lesson 2. Oh, I think I might do the Sanctus pages tomorrow. And then I'll do the chapter 5 out of this tomorrow too. My neck is starting to bother me. And I'm getting tired. But I need to get these pages written up real quick. At least the first one. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do them twice tomorrow. And I don't want to do that. That's going to give me more work to do tomorrow. Gloria. Jesus. Laudo. After that, I gotta look at that thing over on the music desk too. I don't know if you guys can see it. Kind of. Yeah. That's a project. I've got another project. Oh, out of this, wherever this orange book is under there. I have quite a few stuff going on right now. What's after laudo? Clamo? And cello? Okay, I don't know. Yeah, that's right. Did I sleep today? I think I did, but I didn't get deep like I needed to get more sleep. Because I didn't get all my sleep I needed today. I don't get my sleep. I'm not really into doing much. And last night was a late night. We had a party in the party room. We had pizza and soup. Yesterday was really, really cold. People were complaining because I didn't have a coat on. Like, I do a lot of walking. I don't need a coat. Now, at the end of choir, it was snowing. And yeah, at that point, I needed a coat because it was really, really cold. The other time, I just needed my gloves for my phalanges because my phalanges were cold. Okay, the next chapter we have Navigo. I guess this will be a good review of old verbs. Porto. Oro. Laboro. Specto. Which is a funny one. There's one of them that says to look at and another one says to expect. Or something like that. I don't know. I think it's expecto and it's written differently than what I think it is. I think those are the two I get screwed up on. Okay, so that is 5. Nope, that's only 3. So I've got 2 pages left. Okay, so this is the one we're doing right now. So this is amo. Adoro. Can't wait till I can go to bed because I'm really tired. Habito. Judico. I should do what I do. Oh, and then paro. I'm writing over Judico. Which really doesn't help me out much. My sister doesn't like the J's, so he taught me to not write J's. And I'm breaking that habit right now because I'm writing in my J's. I should keep all my Latin work consistent. Okay. So, no J's. Instead, I do either an I or else I'll go, let me see here. Do I have room on the, yeah, okay, so I'm going to write at the, where is it? Where's my hand? At the bottom of the board. I'm going to write how I make my J's in Latin. Or, like, if it's the beginning of a word. Oh, I gotta think on this because there's a chair here. It'll get me up too. This chalk will work. The board is a little bit too low. So I do my J's either like that or like, hold on, that's not right because I don't make the tail there. That's how I write my Latin J's. I should get me a water cup. Ooh. My water cup is in the fridge. Oh, but I'm tired. I want to go to bed. I'll get my water cup before I go to bed. I want to write these up real quick. And then I'm going to go to bed. Okay, so we wrote up chapter 4. I don't like this light. It's not a good light. Okay. In chapter 5. What was chapter? Oh, chapter 5 was those verbs you can't see. The invisible verbs. They're verbs, but they're not like in your face verbs. Okay, so the first verb is libro. And I need to check if there's a macron on that or not on that E as opposed to libero. Libero, I don't know. Too many words have the same stems. That's just horrible. It's like, oh, let's make a language where all the words are the same except the endings. And the endings tell you like 99.9% of what the main word is. Puño. I am utterly shocked they did not mention about the NG or the GN. I'll have to look in the book and see if they have anything. Supero, which I remember is a tricky verb. I always had issues with that one. Alright, so I've written up the verbs. I don't need this book anymore. I'm going to leave that book there, that book there, and that there. I don't know. I might head out tomorrow and I'll bring some of this stuff to work on. Okay, but first, I'm going to put this back in the drawer because I'm not going to get to lesson 6 or lesson 5. If I get to lesson 5, I'm just going to fall asleep when I'm working on it and it's not going to be very good. Teacher doesn't like when I do homework when I'm tired. Okay, so now to translate all of these, below is I walk. You just gotta write this out once, right? I hope so. So that's what I'm doing. I walk. Via is road or way. I first learned it as way. Deus is God. Toga. His toga. Which doesn't help me out much because I don't know what a toga is. Other than a white sheet you throw on over your clothes during Roman week in history class. Yeah. We had to do that. Luna is moon. Alright, that page is done. Chapter 2. Gloria is glory. Whoops, I have to write down the English. I still wrote down the Latin word. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can write the word Gloria. Now, can you write the word glory? Yay, I wrote the word glory. Okay. Jesus is Jesus. Laudo is I praise. There's a black and white trip hazard coming up. Clamo is I shout. Chelum. Oh my gosh. Chelum is heaven. Okay, so that's done. There's a lot of copy work for this thing. Oh my gosh. Maybe it's just that I haven't done anything in like 2 months. Maybe 3 months. I don't know. It's been a while since I've actually done real work. Navigo is I sail. Why that I is there, I have no idea. Porto is I carry. Oro is I pray or beg. We'll leave it at pray. Laboro is I work. Specto I look at. I think it's I look at. Okay. That lesson is done. Okay. Amo is I love. Adoro is I adore. Habito is I live in. Yuriko is a judge. Did I just write these out? I'm pretty sure I just wrote these out. And then Paro, oh no, yeah, Paro is I prepare. Okay. The last one, then I can go to bed. Libero is I free. Or set free, I don't know. We would say set free. I don't want to look it up. I'm tired. Should probably look it up just to make sure that I'm writing this right. I'm pretty sure it's I free. Chapter 5. Those are the worksheet pages. Here. There. It says I free in the book. So, I don't know what that other... I think it's in first form. They had me learn libero is I set free. But I don't know. Maybe that was in the Roman reading book. Lingua Latina. I don't know. That's a good book. I should pick up that book again. I've been meaning to, but it just hasn't got done yet. Okay, next one is Naro. Naro is I tell. Puño is I fight. I fight my sleep right now. Supero. I overcome. Let me check that. Should have left that book open. I don't have tabs in here. Lesson 5. Oh. There's a verb missing. I conquer. What the heck is the verb vincit? Christus vincit, Christus regnat. Christus temperat. They have us translate that as conquer. Or something like that. Ugh. And I'm missing a verb. Vocal. Okay. We'll erase this and write down I conquer. Because that's what they have in the book. I should check Naro too and make sure that's right. Is this word French? Concours. Concours. Oh boy, I totally misspelled it. Concours. Okay, concours. And the vocal is I call. Let me check Naro. See that that's right. Narrow. As I tell. Good. Okay. I wrote out all of my words. Show you all my words. And then I'm gonna crash. Okay, so that's the Latin side, and that's... Oh no! Come on! Oh, I want to go to bed. Dang it! I gotta write out the stupid Latin sayings. And I don't even know what those are. Like, do they have a thing in the back? Because I don't want to go flipping through these cotton-picking pages. For the Latin sayings. Appendix. Is my fingers an appendix? An appendix is something that hangs off something, right? The verbs, words. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of words. Seriously? I got like 2 pages of the... Look at how many words are in that thing. And all those words are going to be taught. Vocabulary index. Practical Latin. I think this is what I need. The practical Latin, because that's the only Latin sayings I know. What is this? Vocabulary and practical Latin sayings by lesson. I don't know. I wonder if I should upload this to teacher. Well, yeah, I don't think so. I'll probably just have me copy it out. Okay. Lesson 1. The saying is salve and salvete. So we're going to write that out. Salvete. I'm just going to quickly write out this Latin. I'm going to quickly translate it. And then I'm going to go to bed. My lower back is not doing well right now at all. Magister and magistra. Or magister, magistra. It's not j. I don't know. There's an I after it. Magister. We're just gonna go with magister. A soft j sound. There's a Roman that wants to correct me. By all means, they can do so. Like a Roman that, knows Latin. I don't know if anyone's alive that can do that right now. Although there are people that can come pretty close, it sounds like. Magister. Magistra. Lesson 3. Put that on top of that pile. Surge. Surge. Surgite. Okay, that's the other thing. When you stand up, you're supposed to say Serge, and I failed to do that. I think I've only done it like once or twice. I was like in class though. But if I'm gonna do it like outside, yeah, it hasn't stuck, which is not good. I can only imagine what teacher would do. Serge. Surgite. That word changes unless it's a verb that I don't know. It's probably a verb I don't know. Like all I know, it's command form. Okay, Vale and Valete. Cat wants me to crawl into bed. Vale. Valete. Is it right? Yeah. Okay. The last one of these cotton picking sayings for the unit is discipulus, which is a male student. Okay, discipulus, discipula, and discipuli. Where did it go? Discipuli. Yeah, the cat wants me to crawl in bed. Oh, hold on, kitty, kitty, mama's coming. At least I'm not gonna get to that thing on the music desk unless I bring it in the bed with me. Discipuli. Discipule, feminine plural. Okay. Now, that's the Latin that's written out. Now I have to write out the English. And then I can go to bed. I can crawl into my nice warm bed. Well, it's not nice and warm because the cat was sleeping on the covers and I couldn't make the bed. It's kind of made, but it's not made. Alright. Latin sayings. Let's get this done. Latin sayings. Salve is hello. And then hello. Plural. Oh, kitty, kitty, kitty. Mama's coming, darling. Listen to that. Oh my gosh. I can't write with the cat meowing. Teacher. Female. Oh gosh, I can't spell female. Teacher. I don't know where the heck our word teacher came from. Okay. Hold on, kitty kitty. Mom's coming. I know, it's dark outside and it's cold, and you want me to crawl into bed with you and make you nice and warm. I will be there soon. Sergey, stand. Singular. Stand. Plural. Oh my gosh, Betta. I'm almost done. And then I'll crawl into bed with you, okay? I guess this is another reason why I shouldn't do my homework so late. Vale is goodbye. Which, that's a weird word too. Singular. Hold on, kitty kitty, mama's coming. Goodbye. Plural. Kitty, where are you? Oh, she's literally right, she's like right at my chair here. She is just, come on, Mom. Let's crawl into bed. Get me a Sheba or something to eat. Discipulus. Okay, student. It's masculine, feminine, singular. Yeah, she's not happy right now. Students. Actually, you really don't need to indicate that it's singular, because in English, by adding the funky S, it indicates that it's already plural and singular if you remove the S. Okay, so students, this is masculine, feminine. All right, now that is done, now I'm going to show you everything, and I hope everything is done. I really, really do, because I am way tired, like beyond tired. I am falling asleep right now. So, let's flip this over. So, that's chapter 1. That's chapter 2. That's chapter 3. That's chapter 4. And that's chapter 5. And if anyone's wondering, that blank is going to be filled out tomorrow, and that blank, well, this whole box is going to be filled out tomorrow, and this whole box is going to be filled out the next day. Yay. So, that concludes my Latin for, what is it, the 15th and the 16th. I am now going to bed. Valete, gute Nacht und bis morgen. Probably, but I don't know. Valete. Please like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget, ring the notification bell for all notifications.